Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good evening from whatever part of the world you're watching us from. You're welcome to today's section of EduTAMS Product Education. And my name is Queensley Ademola. I am the Digital Education Assistant Manager of EduTAMS. And basically, when we talk about EduTAMS, EduTAMS is a school management solution, or rather, let me use the word, a one-stop cloud platform where you get to digitize every of your school processes. And EduTAMS has three major products. We have the EduTAMS Basic, which is for the private K-12 schools, EduTAMS Essential, which is for the public K-12 schools, and we have the EduTAMS Pro, which is for the tertiary institutions. And the unique value EduTAMS provides is it is flexible and it suits, you can tailor it to whatever school system you currently have going on for you. Now, on today's platform of our product education, rather, we are going to be treating a very important topic, and this topic is going to encompass a whole lot, and we are going to be answering so many of our questions that have been lingering on our minds as school owners. So I'm going to be indulging you that you please drop your questions in the comment section. Let us answer them for you, and we are also going to be answering some of the misconception. And also, we know that currently we are in a very critical moment, which is result processing, and result processing is a very key critical factor for us as school owners. So we are going to be talking also majorly on school on result processing. We're going to be talking on result processing and what are the major steps we take to get our result processing going on EduTAMS platform. And we are all going to be doing all of that. And yes, I'm not alone in doing this. I have two big giants in the building. I have with me the people that would really go deep and take all of your questions. And yes, you know them, they're always ready for you to answer all of your questions and always providing you support and walk through all of the ways. So with me, I have Mr. Um, Adegboyega Tayo. Hello, Mr. Adegboyega Tayo. I can see the smiles. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, good afternoon,
All
everyone.
right. So Mr. Adegboyega Tayo is our customer relations support manager. He's the manager of every of your support, every questions, helping you all through the way to take you to the attainment and answering all of your things. Your go-to person. Meet Mr. Adegboyega Tayo. You're welcome to the session, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Queensley.
All right, we can hear you. Thank God. All right, so you're welcome once again. Then also, I have Mr. Adeni Tohib, the customer support assistant manager for EduTAMS Basic. Hello, Mr. Adeni Tohib.
Hello everybody.
All right, you're welcome. It's so
Yes,
nice to have you. I can see that we are all smiles.
yes,
All right, you're welcome.
you're
All right,
smiling.
so oh, really? Oh, really? And also to our viewers, let's use this medium to say Happy Ramadan since that's the season we are in. All right, so let's dive straight right into what we are here for today. We are talking about result processing. We are talking about two germane topics: result processing and the value added services on EduTAMS. So we're going to be treating firstly result processing first because it's a big deal for school owners, for school administrators, for teachers, even for parents and also for students. Because at the end of the day, we want to know as learning be achieved, is there a positive learning outcome or a positive or a negative learning outcomes, and that comes by evaluating and the summative assessment, which gives us the result processing. So, Mr. Adeni Itoiba, I'm going to be talking to you right now. Um, Please, can you give us an overview? Can you provide an overview of the results processing procedures on EduTAMS?
Yeah, the result processing procedure on EduTAMS just take through, let's say, four steps. The first one is
All right. So
the
four
the
steps.
first yes, 4 steps. The first one is adding of subjects. Yeah. After adding the
Okay.
subjects that you do in the class, then the next one is the adding of the subject, that is attaching subject teacher, that is allocation of subject teacher to the subject. Then the second one, I mean the third one is the registration of that subject to to the students that will do it. Then the last but not the least is on our result module. That is uploading of the results, submission, broadsheet, and viewing the result.
All right. So you're saying the first one is adding of subjects. The
Yeah.
second one is allocation of subject teachers to the subject. Student subject registration, which is the third one, and the
Yes.
fourth one is uploading of results. And also, so when you're talking about the uploading of results, I'm going to dive right in because we will not take much of our viewers' time, but yes, we would actually achieve and take a lot. So when we talk about uploading of results, we know uploading of results is usually done by the teachers,
Yeah.
the subject teachers. Yes. So are you saying what about the nitty gritty that goes into the settings for the results? If you know what I'm saying. For some schools, they have different setups they do, and wow, yes. So can you take us a bit into that a bit?
Okay. Yes. If I can get you very well, under the
Yeah.
the setup, that is setting up the result before uploading that result. Okay. Let's say uh, some schools have the way, as in they have their own special way of viewing their
Okay.
results, that is the appearance of their result. Then some schools as well, they have the way they calculate their own result. So that is where how I'm taking you to the subject registry. I mean the result setup. So under the
Okay.
result setup, yes, result setup. So under the result setup, we have 5 steps there. So out of those 5 steps, two of them is for the promotions. Then
All right.
yes, the first one is the grading. So whereby different schools have different way they grade their results, either by the yes, yeah, just like the WAEC results that we have, the A for excellent, B something like that, distinction, C for credit, then B for P for pass, then the F for failure, something like that. So, the schools have there are different schools that have this kind of settings. So that is where they are going to select the way they are going to choose and impute the way they set their own grade. Then the second one after the grading is the results template, whereby the schools select their result template. That is the appearance and the calculation of their result. So different schools have the way they do that as well. So all these are are on EduTAMS. Then the third one after the results template, the third one is uh, the configuration. That is the result configuration, whereby, the mark configuration, whereby you can set how you want your result to be calculated. Is it either 30% for, 30 for the CEs, then 70 for the exam, or you want it to be 40 for CA, 60 for exam. So here and in this results, the mark configuration, you can as well set the total number of CAs that you have or that you do take in your school. So that is that about the mark configuration. Then the next one is the common nomenclature, hereby you select the, I mean, you have two people that have permission for comment. That is the class teacher and the principal. Yes, and the principal has a spot whereby he or she can upload is stamped and signed. I mean, is stamped and signed. That is signed stamp. And the next one is the skills and the psychomotor, whereby that this place is where you set the psychomotors that you have. Yes, you set the psychomotors. If you like, you want to edit, because we have preloaded one. If you want to edit it, it is there as well. Then the last but not the least is the promotion settings. So how, and that's why I said it is for the promotion, and that should be used in the next term, that third term. Yes, the promotion settings, whereby some schools have different way of promoting their students. So that is all about the result setups.
All
Yeah.
right, thank you, Mr. Adeni Tohib. So let me just I took notes of everything you said. So you said basically we have four steps to making all of our results go our result processing. We have the addition of the subject, we have the allocation of subject teachers to subjects, we have the student subject registration,
Yeah.
then we have, for the fourth one, we have the result setups and and uploading of results. So for the
Yes.
result setup, we said we have the grading. That is to set, probably you want your A to be 70 pass mark, or you want your A to be 80 pass mark. You have the
Yes.
templates, that means your results template you want to use. Then we have the max configuration also. And also you have, that's the mark configuration entails, probably you want your pass mark to be 70, or you want your pass mark to be probably 60. Then we have the comment nomenclature, that is either for the class teacher and the principal, the SPA, whoever you're giving such allocation to. Then for the promotion settings, that one is not compulsory to everything, but compulsory for promotional. That is when
Yes.
you get into the third term and you are trying to promote your learners to the next class. Then you
Yes.
have the general uploading of results, which that is done by the teachers only, the subject all of this into consideration, and I hope our schools have taken this into consideration. So now, Mr. That is for the first segment, which is the results processing. Now for the second segment, which is the icing, and let me say hot cake currently going on. I'm going to be talking this time around to Mr. Adegboye Gatayo. Hello, Mr. Tayo, are you there, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, great, lovely. So, I would like to ask you some few questions, and because I know some of our viewers are really edgy and they really want to know what all of this are. So, when we talk about value-added services, firstly, can you define what you mean by value-added services?
Yeah, thank you, Queensley. For schools in Ogun State, we have provided some value-added services. So, which we called on their portal, they will be seeing something like Ojisera, a module called Ojisera. So, in that, so there are a lot of sub modules there. There are a lot of features there. Like one of the features there is synchronization of their learners to Ojisera. The requesting of the learner for learner they can just log in, do it on their portal, and instead of them duplicating effort. So once they do it on their portal, they can just synchronize it. So these are just the value added service that we have for them, which is not the priority. That's why we call it value added service. It's not for schools in Ogun State, for private schools in Ogun State.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. So what you're trying to say is the value added services is just like a way to help our customers instead of them going through other route and going through all the stress, just doing it directly from their port. And that is strictly for the schools in Ogun State. So it is not the main purpose of the EduTAMS basic portal. If that's what you're trying to say.
Yes, making their work seamless, interacting with Ojisera. Because we EduTams also have an handshake with Ojisera. EduTams and
No.
Ojisera, they are just like two different database, two different
Uh,
entities. So because of the handshake between EduTams and Ojisera, so it will make their work easier and seamless for them, for
all
customers
right.
on us. Yeah.
All right. So quickly I would like you to talk about a few misconceptions that people have on EduTAMS Basic. A few misconceptions that over the time being a customer support person, I'm very sure your line managers would have reported to you, and you've seen already by yourself. Few misconceptions that you feel you needed to let our viewers know that these are not true. These are true. Few myths you need to discuss.
Okay, thank you very much, Kuzle. One of the misconception about EduTimes and Ojisera, some people felt, or some school owners felt, EduTimes and Ojisera, they are just like the same. So they could not really differentiate between EduTimes and Ojisera. So they felt everything they asked them to do, EduTimes is the same thing as Ojisera. So EduTimes is just a private entity, private organization that is used to manage the K-12 schools. Why Ojisera is being owned by government. So that is that. And they are two different database entirely, two different entities. However, because Ogisera is our product, is which we call the EduTimes Essential, and which is owned, the government called, the Ogun State government called uh, Ogisera, which is owned by them and controlled by them. We are just technical partners with them. So we don't own the platform, they own the platform and they control the platform. What we control, what we have access to, the full ownership is the EduTimes uh, basic, which we have full control over. So whatever the government, for schools on us, we are only making it easier for them that okay, you want to sync your learners, you have your learners on us. Since we are taking a partner with this, then we can just make the work easier for you instead of you going there to OGC and be typing your learners one after the other. So making that one seamless. And another thing that you want to make you want to request for a link before now, you can generate LIN link on portal. But this government decision is something that changes, that varies
Yes.
from time to time. So they stop generating, and one of the reasons why I felt they stop schools from generating LIN is just because of one learner can just like have like five LIN, and LIN is supposed to be a unique
A unique
identification number
identity.
for each student, so for each learner. So they just found out that a learner moving from one place to another. So once a learner move from point A to point B, this point school A can generate, and when it goes to school B, that also will generate because schools have liberty to generate LIN at their will. So this is the decision that government made that okay, for schools you cannot no longer generate LIN, you can only request, and from their end they will verify because they are this process sees to it. So they will the one of the first process that they will verify if the learners actually exist. And what are they checking? They're checking the table names. They know how to verify that. The system will verify, and then after verifying, then the next person, the next officer, the senior officer will approve. So it is not just automatic. And some people felt it is EduTams that is giving us a lot of headache. So for schools owner, what I would just advise them is that if learner is within Ogun State, is from Ogun State, you don't have to request for link. Just ask the learner to bring the link that he or she is using from his previous school. Then you can use school transfer to request.
We
And
are
this
even
all this,
going there. We are
yeah,
going there.
all this policy is just like all this policy is just also going to assist the private school to track their learners. That's just it.
Yes. All right. So basically, firstly, I still have a lot of questions on airline though. So firstly,
Okay.
I'm going to say, can you give us, because most of them are like you are stressing us on this airline, you are stressing us on this and this, and you said one of the benefits is for school owners to be able to track their students, so that's fine. But now I want us to talk about we've seen some few of our customers that they are having few difficulties, that I cannot generate link for my learners and everything. What do you think would be the could be the potential reason for a school has not been authenticated by the ministry? What do you think would be the potential reason the
Okay,
school
that's
needs to
fine.
start looking towards, and how can they solve that quickly?
Okay, regarding the airline issues, like some schools said,
Yeah.
they have requested. Firstly, they cannot schools cannot generate a line. They can only request for a line. That is, let me just clear that. So regarding this
Okay.
request of airline for their learners,
Okay.
if for instance now there are so many issues around us. Firstly, maybe probably one of the issues that a school is trying to request for a line, because we haven't checked with OGSI, does not mean that you should not do the right thing. Because one of the things that they are going to be checking the passport, you must have uploaded your passport, your learner's passport, which is very key for the data to even flow down to OGSI. Like this morning now, so a school called and he said, I've requested for a line for like 3 months, and I just forwarded okay, send me your school code. I forwarded the school code to the ministry of person, and checking the airline was the learner's request was not even there. What happened? The school felt because the airline, the learner's details are showing, because he has uploaded passport, because he has seen the learners on the airline page, that automatically it will go. We respect data privacy alone. You have to be the one to request. You click, there's a button for you to click to request before they can see it. They don't have access to your portal. If you don't click that button, request button, they will not see it. And I told the school that you need to go back to your portal and click that button. If you don't click it, there's no way they can see it. And the school did that, and the airline was approved. I don't know. Prevention. More another issue is this. Another issue is that I okay,
All
maybe
right.
it's
So
network.
we had a bridge in network. So Mr. Mr. Tayo, so you were talking about your experience with a particular school. So please, can you take it up from there, sir?
Okay. So the second part is that maybe a school is requesting for a line for like 20 learners, and then out of these 20 learners, maybe 10 has been verified or 15 has been verified and approved, and maybe it's remaining five. So what actually means that those five that is remaining, they are already existing on OGSEA, which they will not duplicate a line for such learners. So what the school just needing that to do is just to ask those learners to go and bring the airline. That is another part to it. So another part to it is ministry expected that most of these airlines that they are requesting now, especially for because of the bucket that is ongoing. So we are having like they're having like huge amount of learners requesting for airline for terminal class. So they believe that this learner at least they read JSS 1, they read JSS 2. So they before now they must have an airline. Prior now they must have airline. So they also delay. So from the ministry and they also have a bit delay in the approving terminal classes for airline because usually when the school when the total population of a school is like 200 and or 20 and the school is now requesting for a line for like 40 for a terminal class, so definitely it's questionable. That is from the end. That's one of the feedback we got from the end
They
too,
are
that
questioning the integrity of the data.
yeah, that's why with the school will be requesting for so much, and the school will claim that they are from. We understand that some learners they are genuinely are from outside the state, which ministry I don't want to talk dwell more on that ministry part, but I'm just
Yeah,
talking about the schools. This if the schools should do the right thing, I believe they
there
should
shouldn't
not
be
have any
leakage.
delay in a airline approval.
Wow. Wow, that's great, sir. So briefly, I would also just say from the just briefly again, you said it a bit. Can you just give us the procedure again briefly for requesting for airline from the EduTAMS portal?
Okay, fine. When you log in to the transporter, this value added service, there's a module we call OGSerra. So when you get to OGSerra, you will see under the OGSerra module, you will see one of the sub module is the request link. When you click on that request link, you will see add learner. So when you fill the learner's details, two ways. Either you do that or from your student managers. When you add your learners through the student managers, learners without airline automatically will drop at that end. So from there, you can now click on the button. But just one thing that is very key is that you need to update your learners' details. You need to input their passport, which is very key because that is another issue. If you don't do that, there's no way the learners' details will go to register. Then after you must have done that, you need also need to click on the request link button at the top, at the right hand side at the top. Very key because if you don't click on it, we respect data privacy. It is not automatic. You need to click on it, and it should for schools that are having much learners question for a line. You need to click. The page is paginated, so you need to go to each page and click on it, which is very key. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So the moment you do that, so the ministry official people will see it and they can start verifying and the approving of the airline.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, sir, for those insights. So, briefly, lastly, I would like to ask, what are the few updates currently going on EduTAMS Basic that you would like our school administrators to be aware of, and what they can do?
Okay, fine. Let me quickly talk about. Okay, let me also use this medium too. I think we have done the announcement in the morning, and price changing because of this economic reality. It is not going to be as sustainable. So
No.
we've made a bit adjustment in our pricing, which is key, and which we have sent out to schools. We have communicated that on the platform and also via email, which is very key. And one of the things that you should be expecting
Okay, so once again, I would apologize for our network breach. So we have a question also. Mr. Adeboyega, would I think you've already announced that we have a price changing, and that's the latest update. And I hope our customers are already they are aware and they know now, even if probably they forgot to read the messages. So we have a question from Mr. Adela Saidu. He said he has requested for airline and it is over a month now. It has not been approved. It's over a month now and it has not been approved. Mr.
Okay,
Tayo.
yeah, for that, Mr. Alilakun, you can just share your school code and I don't know, except you share your school code, then the people in charge can check what's the issue behind. So I cannot really say this is the issue behind, except just kindly share your school code on the comment section, then we can pick it up and send it to the appropriate person to check and we can revert to you appropriately.
All right. So, Mr. Adelakun, you've heard him, and preferably, you can also communicate on the community that we have created for you, so that our support team would always readily pick up your challenge and solve that. So, Miss Ma'am, because we would have to close very soon, and we promise not to take much of our time today. And also to our schools currently, please start that are they are going to start the result processing. You can start working on it. And also when you have any challenge, reach out to us on our help desk. From your portal, there is an headset icon like the one Mr. Tayo is using. Just click on it and it's going to route you to our help desk channel. And also you have a community, you can ask questions. We are always there to respond to your questions and pick them up. So and also Denny, thank you so much for joining into the session. But I would ask you, do you have any other thing you need to let us know about before we wrap up today's session?
Yes, and let me before it comes in, let me quickly say this. For schools and schools after the price changing or the slight change in the price, and schools should also be expecting more features in terms of communication, where they can send the student results via SMS and also via WhatsApp and do a kind of and also email in terms of communication. And we also doing a lot around e-lesson notes with assessments where the lesson note is already on the platform and teacher can have access to it, student can also have access to it, they can practice question, preparing them for their examination, which is very key. We are doing a lot regarding adding more features to support schools. So we also be working more robust around the bursary where to assist the buster to see the flow of who has paid and who has not paid in a more comprehensive way. So we are doing a lot to support. We are not just doing the price slice and change alone. We're also doing a
And
lot
I mean
to
there's
support
value
the final
attached
result.
to it.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, that is great. That is great. Thank you so much for that heads up, Mister. So you've heard it, my viewers. There is a lot coming on as the aspect for teaching and learning for pedagogy experience. There is a lot going on for the bursary. There is a lot generally going on, and also once they keep on dropping, we would always communicate with you and keep you always in the loop of things. Always. So, Mr. Adeni, do you have something to say to us in just 30 seconds before we round up?
Okay, yeah. What I'm going to say is that, like, I mean, for those schools that used to call in that they have uploaded and as in they have uploaded, they have approved and published, and they can't see the result of a particular child. The only thing is just that they should confirm the total number of the students that particular student is taking versus the total number of students that was registered for the student. So I think if they can properly check that very well, they would see that the students might have registered, I mean, they might have registered more than the subject that the student should actually take. So you should just try and remove the ones that the child is not doing and make sure that they balance the total number of subjects that the student should take versus the total number of subjects, I mean, our scores that was uploaded, I mean, that will be uploaded for the student. If those two is balanced, then the results can be viewed easily.
All right, all right. Thank you very much for that, sir. So I hope our customers and our viewers have heard all of that. And also for Mr. Adelakun side, we'll be expecting you to drop your school code in your community, and the community you are in, that's EduTAMS Connect. We would expect you to drop that question so that our customer support can thank you so much for joining us with us, and also till we come your way next time. From my thank you so much to also my co-facilitator